What is up, sports bettors? Matt here with OddsJam, aka Jedi Modi, coming to you with two last-minute player props to hammer for Thursday night football tonight. So, for those of you that have been following along the OddsJam YouTube channel, you've probably seen a ton of picks posted from me and Alex. But one thing that is important to understand, odds are constantly shifting. So just because something was positive EV a couple days ago, doesn't mean that another play, a separate play, is not going to be positive EV today. Hopefully that doesn't sound too confusing. All I'm trying to say is odds are constantly changing. New opportunities arise at all minutes, even leading up to a game, last minute props to hammer before a game. So that is what I'm going to be doing today, hammering some last minute NFL player props for Thursday night football tonight. So my favorite play that I have on here is actually this Matt Ryan over 0.5 interceptions. I love backing Matt Ryan to throw an interception, or should I say fading Matt Ryan. Whatever I'm doing, Matt Ryan is going to throw a pick. I'm going to put a unit on this one. I think this is worth a full unit play. So for those of you unit sizing at home, I put $100 on this one. Whatever one unit is for you, I would recommend putting on this player prop. So let me just add it to my bet tracker, click save. So now we can chat about it. Of course, the play that I found, the Matt Ryan interception play that I locked in, I found using OddsJam, using the positive expected value page. Now, when you are using a tool like OddsJam, you are gaining an edge with all the bets that you place over the sportsbook that you're placing the bet with. In this case, as I mentioned, I locked it in on Betfred at -120. It's also positive expected value on FanDuel at -122. So I know that Betfred isn't available in every state. So if you can get this on FanDuel at -122, it is still positive expected value. The reason why I know that is because you see the no vig odds listed right here. List this at -123, which means that any play that is below the no vig odds, more favorable or higher payout, I should say, in terms of favorability, is going to be positive EV. So the -120 on Betfred is good. -122 on FanDuel and PlayUp is good. Really, what I'm doing here is I'm showing the value of line shopping. I'm in Colorado. I'm lucky. I have a bunch of sportsbooks at my disposal. If I wasn't signed up for Betfred, which is legal to me in Colorado, I would not be maximizing my betting opportunities. Now, for other people, Virginia, other states where Betfred isn't legal, obviously there's nothing you can do about that. But what I want you to do watching this video, if you haven't done it yet, is just look at the landscape of the sports betting landscape specifically in your state. Understand what books are legal in your state. And if there are certain books that are in fact legal that you are not signed up with, I would recommend signing up for those bad boys. Either look at the links in the description of this video, the comments of this video, or you can go to OddsJam, the website itself. You just go to oddsjam.com and it will list all of the best sports books that you can sign up for as well. It's very, very important to be signed up for every book, which is why I was able to save, not a huge deal, the difference of $2, between -120 and -122. But in the long run, the difference between -120 and -125 is literally the difference between a positive expected value or not. So signing up for all the books is very important. For this bet specifically, I've already mentioned, Matt Ryan has just been horrible. This year, he's been an interception throwing machine. The Broncos have one of the best pass defenses in the entire NFL. Matt Ryan's probably going to have to throw a lot in this game. Number one, because the Colts are underdogs. Number two, because Jonathan Taylor's out, so they're missing their stud running back. Probably going to be throwing it a ton. I put $100 on this one, so I just made $1.10. Not a get rich quick scheme, positive EV betting. It's not something that's going to make you rich overnight. The goal is to make money over time. So this $1 on one bet turns into $50 across 25 bets, depending on the percent and your unit size. So just understand that compounding interest, that consistently placing positive EV bets will make you money in the long run. It's just not going to be a get rich quick scheme. So this Matt Ryan one, absolutely love the interceptions over 0.5. Basically, yes, throws an interception. The next play that I'm going to lock in is this Melvin Gordon over 2.5 receptions. So this one is just going to be a half of a unit play. Just going to put $50 on this one. But it's still a play that I really like. So let me actually add this one to my bet tracker as well. Tracking your bets, immensely important. Understanding whether you are profitable or not. Understanding where you are profitable. So like these last 7 days, information you see here comes from the bet tracker. If you go to my dashboard, which will show you like how I've been doing since I've been an OddsJam user, which is about a year from now. I'm up about 14K, started with a $500 bankroll. So I was able to grow this 3 times what I started with in a year. And it just shows you a bunch of helpful information, how much money you're making on different stuff like that. So tracking your bets is very important. For this play specifically, the no vig line has this at plus 130. We locked it in on FanDuel at plus 136. So the gap is where you get your positive expected value from. In this case, positive EV percent of about 2.3%. So because I put $50 on this, I made about $1.65 essentially on this play. So between these 2 bets on a game that is played tonight, so I will have this profit realized tonight. I made not a huge amount of money. I made $2.36, something like that. I forget the exact amount. But either way, it's important to understand consistently placing positive EV bets. This is only 2 bets. I have a ton pending for tonight, a ton pending for NFL Sunday, for college football, for MLB playoffs. All that stuff adds up and gets you to, for me, tripling my initial investment over the course of a year. So understanding positive expected value betting, as I mentioned, not going to make you rich overnight, will make you money in the long run. But for these 2 specific bets, this Melvin Gordon one, which I haven't talked about yet in terms of why I like it, he's an underrated pass catcher. He's always been a good pass catcher. He's not like what we remember Le'Veon Bell in the back in the day, or a current Christian McCaffrey running routes, stuff like that. But he's not an elite route runner, but he's got good hands, and he can do enough when he can get the ball in his hands as well. Now, obviously, he's had fumbling issues. He's had this happen before in his career earlier with the Chargers, and then he cleaned it up and was fine. He's probably going to see a ton of the snaps. He's going to be the full workhorse with Javonte Williams out for the year. So securing 3 targets in a game in which the Broncos are probably going to be passing it more because the Colts have a good run defense. They have a bad pass defense. All in all, leads me to believe that this is a good bet. And then just look at like where other sharp books are pricing it. BetOnline plus 110, Pinnacle plus 117. And then we see other books like DraftKings has it at plus 115. This plus 136 is a pretty good outlier when you compare it to the rest of the betting market. So I think this one is a good play. Melvin Gordon over 2.5 receptions, half a unit. Matt Ryan over 0.5 receptions, full unit. Those are my 2 last minute player props to hammer for tonight. And that's it. So I appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.